Hello YouTube. I was thinking about doing this quick little video today. Got inspired by a conversation that I had with a friend on Facebook last night, Chris Boston Fan Michaels. His YouTube channel is Boston Fan 79V1. Go sub to him on YouTube. We were had a little discussion about a video promo that Cody Rhodes was doing with the Young Bucks and Marty Scurll, where he was mentioning stuff about his former employer WWE, and we were talking about stuff where, hey, Cody Rhodes, I was bringing up stuff where Cody Rhodes is Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, and same thing, I tied that into Del Rio, him and Del Rio are doing the same thing, where they've moved on to a different company, they became champions in other respective companies, and it seems like they're happy being in that company, being away from WWE, but they still don't necessarily seem to quit talking about WWE. It's like, if you're happy away from this company, why would you still talk about them? And it got me thinking about some of the other wrestlers who pretty much can't accept moving on, even though the company that they no longer work for moved on without them. And Boston Fan brought up guys like superstar Billy Graham and Bret Hart, and Billy Graham's latest rant about Shane McMahon being in the main event of Hell in a Cell. I'd also like to bring up another female superstar who never really moved on from her past. I wanted to talk about Chyna. She's pretty much one of the classic and sad cases of what can happen when you let your past, of what happens when you never accepted what happened in the past and don't move on. She let the demise of her relationship with Triple H ultimately destroy her, and unfortunately it led to her death, which was an overdose. And thinking about this, a lot of people blame Triple H and Stephanie and all of WWE for Chyna's demise, but ultimately it doesn't the responsibility lies on her. Her ex Triple H did move on. It's she in some way thought Triple H was still in love with her, and she thought that Triple H would ultimately leave Stephanie for her. And in that thing, was kind of petty in my book. And it's what she should have done was accepted that her ex moved on and try to get help. And also with a lot of other wrestlers, Bret Hart, or Bret the Hitman Hart, he hasn't fully came to terms from the Montreal screw job, because there's times where he still goes off on Vince McMahon over certain stuff. Billy Graham, greatest example. He more or less former legends can't let go of something in the past. Like, and also I think like Cody Rhodes also suffers from like the same disorder that a lot of indie wrestlers suffer from. Like, they crave attention. Like, a lot of indie wrestlers will crave attention just by bashing WWE. Like, they see that as like a positive. Like, bash the biggest company in America to get attention from a bunch of indie wrestling fans. And it's more or less like, are you that insecure that your in-ring talent doesn't speak for itself? Because, like, in my opinion, don't bash something. Like, let your in-ring talent speak for yourself, and you'll get popularity. You'll get to where you want to get. And I'm not saying like a lot of stuff that Cody Rhodes was saying isn't legit, because yeah, he seemed kind of burnt. Seemed kind of he does kind of have a little bit of bitterness, but in the end, like, you're a main event star outside of the WWE. You're a world champion. You should at least be happy that you are still succeeding in professional wrestling. And one thing, like, I did think like his Stardust gimmick was okay, but what they should have done was like build that as like an alter ego to Cody Rhodes. And the two gimmicks I did like from Cody Rhodes were, first of all, right after Legacy split up, he was dashing Cody Rhodes. That gimmick fit him very well, and also the disfigured gimmick. Like, after Rey Mysterio hit him with that 619, and he started wearing that face mask, and he started acting all emo and really dark. Like, those were the best gimmicks that I enjoyed from Cody Rhodes. But then again, like, and also kind of branched off on other things, but here's the thing, like, there's just certain things that professional wrestlers have to just let go. Because you're only would be hurting yourself in the long run, because, like, what if Cody Rhodes ever decides to go back to WWE? They're gonna look at all the stuff that he's said in promos and on Twitter and say, no. So, like, but whatever. This was kind of like a quick little thought. Kind of like a little talk about Cody Rhodes and certain wrestlers that kind of can't let stuff go even though everybody else has moved on. So, just leave your thoughts below, and peace the fuck out.